The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, everyone. Ron here at AbleSys. Welcome to the webinar, and I'll be glad to answer your questions and go over the charts. And we'll take a look at the signals from today, the intraday signals, as well as the longer-term signals, because AbleTrend will help you whether you trade stocks or futures, whether you're a day trader or a long-term trader, or just a swing, which is in between. So we'll take a look at different markets, different charts, different time frames, and my job is just to show you the best way to use it. So I'm glad to help, and let's jump in and take a look. So this is one of my personal favorites, FPXI, which is it's actually an ETF. It's just been great. The original signal came in back in April, back here. Blue bar, blue dot, and blue arrow. See, the arrow are the weekly signals, and as you can see, the weekly chart has been on a buy signal since April. Okay, the dots are this is a daily weekly chart. The dots are the daily signal. Now, if they're blue, it means it's an uptrend. It's a buy signal. If they're red, it's a downtrend. Buy on blue, sell on red. And we just prefer not to get in on a green bar on a long-term signal. We prefer to get in on a blue bar. So, and if you missed the beginning of the trade, the best place is to get in when the prices pull back down to the dots. These are all places where you want to either add or start your position. And of course, this was just a great signal. Signaling at 38 to get into the trade. And then finally, here's the first time the bar actually closes under the second row of blue dots. Here's the first row of blue dots. There's the next step down or the next level down. And there it actually closes under the blue dot. So we go from 38 to 58. That was a really big winner. And if you're not into day trading or being in front of your computer all day long, I strongly suggest swing trading stocks or ETFs. And you can either do options or you can do shares. I mean, it really, really works well, especially for retirement accounts. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, most people have retirement accounts, and there's where AbleTrend comes in to help for there. So 4 days ago, and by the way, this would be on the WinTech report because it has a new blue bar, new buy signal on the daily chart. Right there, we had the buy signal at 58, and a couple days later, we're already up to 59. Had triple confirmation. The weekly chart already had the blue arrow up, meaning it was on a buy signal, and also this is support. That's why the price goes right down to that arrow, stops, bounces off of it, and goes back up. Does it again here, does it again here. Goes right to this level of support, blocking the price from going lower. See, these arrows is like a level of support, just as the dots are. That's why the prices tend to hit these dots and these arrows, bounce off of them, and head back up again. So let's take advantage of where these hidden support and resistance points that the AbleTrend algorithms are telling us. And when we're combining 2 time frames into one chart, that's really given us a big advantage. So we got triple agreement there, and up we go. Taking a look at a 130-minute daily chart. I've been showing this one for years as my favorite swing trading chart. And again, the blue dots do the same thing, just as the blue arrows. The arrows, in this case, is the daily signal. The dots is the 130-minute, which is a little more than 2 hours. And the reason I pick 130 is because there's 390 minutes in a trading day. This chart is strictly for stocks only. Stocks and ETFs, not for futures. It's for swing trading stocks. It's a great, profitable chart. Great chart. Love it. Got my own money. I put my money where my mouth is because this is the chart that I like. And these are just my two of my favorite ETFs. Now the buy signal comes in here, but we don't take action until right there. Why? Because you have to have the arrow. You have to have the arrow. The arrow is the higher time frame. So once you have the blue arrow pointing up, We've got the blue dot. Oh, that's two out, two. And we've got a blue bar. Triple agreement, triple confirmation. So each one of these black line is a day. So this was the 3 bars for today. This was yesterday. So last week we had a nice buy signal at 93. We're already up to 100, up 7% in a week. If you got an option, if you're an option trader, wow, then you're up big money. But if you're just trading shares, nice trade right there. AbleTrend gave it to you, me, and everybody who uses the software. You just have to have triple agreement before we make a trade. This way it's very low risk. And that's why we get, that's why it's just so well liked, because we're not taking trades unless everything agrees. If there's mix of here, like mix of red and blue together, right in there, no trade. That's a no trade zone. No trade. Say, well, how about here? We buying it? No, you don't have the arrow. You've got to have the blue arrow, the blue small dot, and a blue bar. Nothing else counts. It's either that or nothing. Or we move on to something else. Keep it simple, because simple really works best. Okay, this is the new scalp chart that we showed about 33 trading days ago. And today was a rough day. We had some sticky spots. It was very choppy, but that's okay. Usually a choppy market, the scalp chart works well because we're playing the bounces off of support and resistance. We started out a little rocky in a couple little rocky spots today, but a couple of really good spots today too. So first, I always say if you've got triple confirmation, meaning you got the red dot and the red arrow, the big dot, meaning it's the first red bar. This is a 1 minute, 3 minute combination. If you also have a 3 minute sell signal, which you have, and a 1 minute sell signal, which you have, and a red bar with a big red dot, we're just going for 5 points now. We're just going for singles. If you want to stay in the trades longer, great, go ahead. As long as the price is under these red dots, you're in a downtrend, and you have the red arrow, it's perfectly fine to stay in the trade longer term. This is designed for scalping. So it's designed to just be in and out of the trade in a minute or two. Hit your 5 points, which is $100. This is the mini Nasdaq. It's our favorite chart because it has a lot of movement and it's a lot smoother than most other markets, including ES. You just stay in it for 5 points, which in this case, 1 minute later, 5 points, that's a $100 win. The criteria is it has to hit the red dot. Right there, hits the red dot and close under the red dot. There it is. It hit the red dot and closed under the red dot. Unfortunately, a minute later, we got 5 points. If it hits the red dot like here and closes above it, no trade. So no trade on these 3 bars. This is another trade. So the first 2 were winners. There's another trade right there because it hits. And by the way, these signals never, ever change once the bar closes. The bars have a 1 minute. The arrows are 3 minutes. So it has 3 minutes to decide. The dot has 1 minute to decide. But I repeat, because it's very important, otherwise it'd be considered cheating. We haven't lasted 25 years cheating people because I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't be here. I guarantee you that. I wouldn't stand for that. Once the bar closes, I repeat, once the bar closes and the 1 minute is over, it is the same signal that will be there today, tomorrow, and 50 years from today. It will never, ever change. And if we don't take a trade, remember, we don't take the trade until the bar closes. So this is the exact signal you saw at that exact time of the day. You can't say, oh, well, you're looking at it after the fact, so it's different. No, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Because once the bar finishes, it's final. It will never close. And if we wait for the bar to finish before we make a trade, then this is the exact signal you would have seen at that exact minute of the day. This trade is a losing trade. You're certainly going to risk in trading, and I will guarantee there'll be losing trades. There is no perfect system. Anybody tells you that, run the other way, because they're lying to your face. I wouldn't like for somebody to do that to me. So hits the red dot, closes under the red dot. That's the criteria. It's a very simple system. Hits the red dot or the red arrow, we sell it short. Hits the blue dot or the blue bar, we buy it long. That's all it is. This shouldn't be on right here. So this one closes above it, no trade. Hits the red arrow, that's 3 minute support. resistance. Well, that's a great trade. Hold 1 second. That should have been turned off. So I just want to turn that off. Phone off. Okay, great. Now we're back. So here it hits the red arrow, which is 3-minute resistance. 1 minute later, another winner. It went down 20 points. I'm only going to count 5 because that's all we're going for. So right there, it hit your 5 points, another winner. Here it hits the blue dot, closes above it. Your stop, by the way, goes 1 point under the blue dot. We lost 5 points on that trade. 1 point above the red dot, or the red arrow, whichever it hits, that's the trade we're taking. 1 point under the blue dot, or the blue arrow. Then we went quite a while without a trade. In fact, we went about a half an hour, never hit the red dot. There's no blue dots. So with all these red dots and red arrows, it's telling us we're in a downtrend. It's telling us we're in a downtrend. So I'm showing you the exact trades so far today. So we had 3 winners here. 1, 2, 3 winners and 2 losers after the first 30 minutes. So that's okay. 3 winners is 300. 2 losers was 200. So we were plus 100, not including commission. So let's call it $50. But it doesn't matter. We had a long way to go. We're averaging 20 to 30 trades a day. The best part about it is we're averaging 7 out of 10 winners. Now, doesn't mean every 10 is going to be 7 winners. It could be 5 and 5. Could be 4 and 6. But I'm just saying, by the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, we're averaging 7 out of 10, which I think is fantastic. Okay, hits the red arrow right there. Just got to hit the point of the arrow. Closes under it. 1 minute later, we got the 5 points. Hits the blue dot. Closes under it. We lost 5 points. It's actually 3, but I'll call it 5. Okay, this did not hit the blue dot. No trade. This closed under the blue dot. No trade. And if it's more than 10 points, it's up to you. I mean, if you feel it's more than like 10, if your stop is like, 10, 15 points away, and you want to skip that trade, perfectly fine. I'm just showing you all the trades the software said. Some people take all the trades, which is great. But if you're not comfortable, if you feel the stop is too far away for you, in other words, more than 10 points, skip it. Just like 20, 30 trades a day. Well, if you can only be in front of it for a couple hours a day, fine. Skip it. Okay? Hits the red dot, closes under it, minus 5 points right there. There's the big blue dot, and you have the blue arrow at the close of that, or the open of the next bar. We're going to hit it. We're buying market. 1 minute later, went up 15 points, just counting 5. Winner. You get the picture. And all day long, that's what we do. Just bang out $100. Hits the red arrows here, winner. Hits the red arrow here, loser by 5 points because it went above that's actually 7 points. It went above the red arrow. And then it came down, closed under it. 1 minute, this was 4 minutes later. Winner. That's what we do all day long. Okay. This one didn't hit the red dot, a blue dot, so we're not going to take it. This one I can't tell if it was a winner or not because I don't know if it went up first or it went down first. So I'm not really sure on that one. This one here would be a losing trade. So we were about 60-40 after the first 2.5 hours, but I'll even call it 50-50 because, there's commissions, there's slippage. You might not have picked up every trade. You might have walked away, whatever. Here, hits the blue dot, closes above it. 1 minute later, winner. Good stuff. I mean, I love the chart. Just getting, many, many years, like 16 years now, never got so much good feedback. So see what you think. Only counts what you think, not not what I say. It only counts what you think. Okay, that would close right on the blue dot, so that's a valid trade, and that one would be -5 as well as this one. So I purposely point out the losing trades because there's going to be losing trades. Okay, closes above the red, touches, and closes above the blue dot. Either one of these, both winners. If you picked up any one of those. This one here closes above it, goes a point under. We're going to lose on that trade 5. That's why I say it was a little rocky today. It was a little better than 50-50, but I always like the worst case scenario. This one closes above the blue dot, touches it and closes above it. 1 minute later, winner, $100. Again, if you like to do more longer term trading, as long as you have the blue dots and the blue arrows underneath, fine, stay in the trade. You can go for 10 or 20 or 30 points. If you like to go for home runs. This is more built for lower risk traders who can't stay in the trends that long because they can't handle the ups and downs of the volatility every minute of the day. So this is more for just a scalp, staying in the trades a couple of minutes. Obviously lower risk, the least amount of time you stay in the trade. This is a no trade zone in here. Now, technically speaking, these were winning trades. Here, wow, hits the blue arrow. That's a perfect trade. It went up. 1 minute later, winner. Yes, hits the red dot, closes clearly over 5 points below. Yeah, another one. Yeah, but you know what? When you have the red dots and the blue arrows real tight in here, this was only 10 points. I recommend to stay out of that because sometimes it's just not enough room for it to go up or not enough room for it to go down. Now, it was great. It was 3 out of 4 winners in here. So you say, hey, that's terrific. I'm not going to count that because it was kind of tight in there. So, I like to be fair, and I like about real life trading, not fake trading or, not imaginary stuff, and certainly not exaggerating because I just can't stand when that's done to me. Tell it like it is, good and bad. That's what I've been doing for so many years here. Only because that's how I want to be treated. So I just assume everybody else would too. Okay, perfect right here. Hits the red dot, closes under it, winner. Hits the red dot, closes under it, winner. We got into a nice little roll here. We picked up about a couple in a row. Oh, no, this one closed above it, no trade. Hits the red arrow, doesn't close above it, right here, doesn't close under it. That we lost on. We got into a nice little roll here today where we picked up about 4 or 5 in a row, and 4 in a row is 400. Yeah, I think this was it. Hits the blue dot 1 minute later or 2 minutes later, winner 100. Hits the blue dot, closes above it, 1 minute later 100. 5 points, winner 100. Hits the blue dot, but this one's like, no, it's only 10 points away. No, that's valid. If it's more than 10 points away, it's your call whether you want to take that one or not. Because, there's going to be more risk. You'd have if it's 10 points away from the dot, you'd have 11 points for your stop. So we don't like to go more than 2 times. You start getting into 10, 11, 12 points away where your stop loss is from your entry point. I consider that a lot of risk. So here, this is a classic one. That's beautiful. Closes 1 tick above the blue dot. I mean, it just doesn't get any simpler and any lower risk than that. And 1 minute later, nailed it, winner. And then the reverse right here. That's a valid trade right there. Closed under the blue dot. It was only a 2-point loser. I'm going to count that as 5. So you get the picture. That's how it goes. Same rules, same color, same dots, all the way through. Couple winners in here, couple losers. Here's a nice little trade right there. The closer the price is to the red dot or the blue dot or the red arrow or the blue dot, the lower the risk. Because your stop loss is closer, so only got about 5 points at risk. So you get the picture from here. It worked out really well. Here's another winner right there. Hit the blue dot, closed above it. 1 minute later, winner. Hit the blue dot, closed above it. 2 minutes later, winner. Hits the red dot under here, closes above it, -5 points. So it's good stuff. Actually, it was a better day than I thought it was. It's just so busy here. It's non-stop all day long. You would be. Hi, Allie. You wouldn't believe the kind of business that goes on here. Steve K, are you doing any long trend trades or just 5-point scalp? Again, that's up to you. That's the beauty of AbleTrend. It only counts what you think. You have the option to do them both. This is the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chart, which is not designed for scalping. It's designed more for longer term trading. There's just a lot more risk in this. You get really big winners, but you get some bigger losers. So, a lot of people are just saying they're having a hard time sticking with this because of the big drawdowns and the big losers. Yes, there's big winners, but there's, there's some bigger losers too. So I'm finding that the scalp chart is a little bit better for a lower risk trader. But either way is fine. Oh, you're welcome. Ashoki says, as always, appreciate your support and guidance. Thank you, sir. He's also saying, even if we take this triple confirmation with the big blue dot, where will the stop loss go? 1 point above the top of the red bar, 1 point below but the bottom of the blue bar, whether you're going long or short. I feel even if we take the triple confirmation trades, it will be a win and no need to follow. Yeah, you're right. Yes, sir. The triple confirmation trades, they're great. Shuka's saying the triple confirmation trades are almost always a winner. No need to follow all the scalp trades. Well, again, you can do both. The scalp trades are great too. So just depend, whatever you're comfortable with. That's the beauty of it. No. The scalp trades do not have to have triple confirmation, Gary. Like I've been saying for, month and a half now, 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, when I introduced the scalp chart, you do not have to have triple confirmation for the scalp trade. It just has to simply hit the red or blue dot or the red or blue arrow and close for the red or blue, for the red dots and red arrows, it has to close under that red dot or red arrow. And the blue dot just has to close above it or the blue arrow. That's all it is, and it's a valid trade. Don't need the triple confirmation, as I've been saying. Yes, it has to hit the dot, Cheryl, or it has to, if it's within a half, 1 tick, a half a point. Technically, if it's within a point, it's okay. I actually use a half a point. So if it's within a half a point of the red or blue dot, it's fine. But just skip it and move on to the next one. Play it safe and just wait for it to hit the dot. It's like 20 to 25 trades a day we're averaging. So yeah, the best way to do is just wait for it to hit the red or blue dot like I showed. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for everybody for being here. Got to run. Hope I was helpful. Always glad to help every way I can. Most importantly, more important than AbleTrend and trading or anything else, stay safe, everyone.